Hello. I am Muhammad Shabib KK, basically from Manarkad, Palakkad district. Currently working as an assistant professor in Department of Technology at MES Kaladi College, Manarkad. I am going to discuss today about the topic brain, human brain, the importance, function, and the structure of human brain. Okay, hope you all know about the importance of brain in the human body. There are certain major organs that are there in the human body, like brain, heart, lungs, kidneys, liver, etc., etc., etc. But as you know, there are so many living beings or living creatures that are there in the world. For example, human is a living creature, animals, birds, microorganisms, plants. There are so many living creatures or living beings that are in the world. But humans are very much distinctive from that other creatures, from other living creatures. What makes it possible? The most appropriate answer is the human brain. The answer for that question is human brain. Because there are certain human centric, only there are certain capabilities specific for only for humans are there. For example, cognition capacity, thinking capacity, memorizing capacity, learning capacity, creativity. These are some of the abilities that is only specific to human beings when compared to other living creatures. All these capabilities makes human beings distinct from other living creatures. Okay, let's move on to the topic human brain. Human brain is one of the vital organs. There are so many other vital organs are there, therefore are there in the human body like heart, kidney, like that. Human brain is also a vital organ in the human body, which which controls major operations happening in the body. There are so much operations. There are so much very important, significant operations in the human body are controlled by the human brain and the various parts in the human brain. Above all, human brain is one of the major part of the central nervous system along with the spinal cord. Before discussing more about the brain, we have to go through the major functions. There are several functions are there for human brain. We have to go through the some of the major functions of human brain. Let's go to the major functions. First of all, cognition and thought. Humans have the ability to humans have the ability cognition capacity and also thinking capacity. For example, planning capacity, problem solving capacity, decision making capacity, and also to think critically and creativity. These are only specific for human beings. For example, decision making capacity is a ability of a human being when compared to other living creatures. Human has the ability to make decision or take decision according to the situations. For example, if you are a student, you just complete your secondary school education and go, you have to go to the higher secondary education. There are so many streams available. For example, science stream, then commerce stream, humanities stream. There are in the science stream also there is computer science field, biology field, electronics field. Then in the commerce field there is computer with the commerce with the CA, commerce with the politics. Then humanities, then home science. That there are so many options are available. You have to make a decision for that. Who help for that? That is the only answer. It's our human brain. Helps to take a decision by considering the pros and cons of the each stream and also the according to your ability. Different individuals have different abilities. So some of them have ability in science, while some of the ability in maths, some of them have ability in accounting. So it's not only accounting and also considering the pros and cons, brain help us to make a decision or take a decision according to your likelihood. Okay, it's an example for the function of human brain. Then emotion. There are variety of emotions are for human beings. For example, happy, sad, angry. There are so many type of emotions. According to in the emotion, in controlling these type of emotions, the human brain plays a major role. Human brains play a major role in regulating emotions, and also it helps us to feel depending upon different situations. According to, it also help us to feel or examine to respond according to different situations. And the third function, third and one of the most important and the third most function is movement and coordination. We have to move and coordinate different how to move in different types and also coordination to be happen in our body to our during our life cycle. For example, you have to stretch your hand, raise your hand for everything, for every movement or coordination. We need a prior permission from our human brain. We have to, whenever we are thinking about to move our hand and also raise our hand, a signal should be passed from the wherever we have to move from there to the brain, and also the signal to be returned to the same spot to make that movement happen. There are different types of movement out there. We have to classify into two types: voluntary and involuntary movements. Voluntary is in the external movements, and involuntary is in the internal. It's happening in the internal environment of the body. For example, an example for a voluntary movement is stretching, like okay, we already said, stretching our hand. Raising our hand, folding our hand, like that. Involuntary movement. Example: the heartbeat is an involuntary movement, and also the passage of food through our esophagus or the digestive tract. These are the examples for involuntary movement. And also there may be different type of coordination, muscle coordinations happening in our body. For everything, for that every movement and coordination, we need our permission from our brain. Okay, it's also important as above all. So we can say to for every movement and coordination to be completed, we need brain. Okay, then sensory. It is a common thing. There are different type of sense. To be specific, there are five senses that can be experienced by a human. That is sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell. And human goes through different type of senses during their life. And brain makes possible to experience. To for humans, it makes this brain helps humans to experience all these different type of sights, different types of sounds, different types of touches, different types of taste, and so different type of smell. Brain makes it possible. The next example, the next function is memory and learning. Human has the ability to memorize, remember, or to be more specific, have the ability to form, store, and retrieve memories. When compared to other living creatures, it is a distinct function of human being only. As also learning, human have the ability to learn from experiences and also and based upon the learning, they can gain new information. It's also a distinct ability of a human being. Then homeostasis. We know it will be a new term for you. Homeostasis. Homeostasis is a process. Because something happens in the external environment. There are two types of environment are there in the for a human, this is the external environment and the internal environment. If something is, if there are some changes in the external environment, the internal environment should maintain that integrity, that stability with combating with that change happened in the external environment. For example, rise in temperature, then rise in pressure, then respiration. Example, for something adversely happened to the external environment, the internal environment maintains that internal structure without so much effort. This is possible due to the presence of human brain. Hope you enjoy the class. I think we will discuss about the structure in the later classes. Thank you.